Data tracker shows 39% of mail-in ballots have been returned. Hillary Clinton made a pitch Tuesday for California Gov. Gavin Newsom, urging voters in an Election Day message to reject the recall and sounding the alarm about a dangerous Trump follower. Californians, don't sit out today's recall election, Mrs. Clinton tweeted. Vote no on question 1 to retain Gavin Newsom as governor and prevent a dangerous Trump follower from taking leadership of your state. Mrs. Clinton, who lost the 2016 presidential race to Republican Donald Trump, was presumably referring to Republican Larry Elder, the conservative Los Angeles radio show host who leads the field of 46 recall candidates.
Clinton handily won the popular vote but lost in the Electoral College.
Too many voters, in states where they were needed, failed to turn out or skipped her name on the ballot. The whys of it are being debated to this day. The fact is that some voters might have heard what she said was at stake but still chose to follow the alluring sounds of Trump's snake oil campaign. If the latest polls are right, Governor Gavin Newsom will likely fend off the attempt to recall him Tuesday, Sept. 14. But while the statewide picture looks favorable to Newsom, he might come up short in the Inland Empire, where he struggled to win votes despite cruising to his first term 3 years ago. The polls show, at least on paper, that Inland Empire voters would narrowly vote to retain Newsom. Marcia Godwin, a professor of public administration at the University of La Verne, said via email. However, a lot depends on turnout. If the electorate resembles 2018 when Newsom was elected, Riverside County could vote by a slim margin for the recall and San Bernardino could be a nail-biter. A liberal Democrat with San Francisco roots, Newsom got 62% of the statewide vote in defeating Republican John Cox in 2018. But Newsom lost Riverside County by roughly 2,400 votes and got just 52% of the vote in San Bernardino County. That election took place when the Oval Office was not on the ballot. Democrats Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden won Riverside and San Bernardino counties in 2016 and 202, respectively. Recall voters can mail in their ballots now, vote in person at early voting locations or vote at the polls on Election Day. Ballots were mailed last month to every registered voter. The latest figures show that, as of Thursday, Sept. 9. About 25% of San Bernardino County ballots had been returned while 31% had been returned in Riverside County as of Friday, Sept. 10. Both counties' elections offices reported, across California, about 31% of vote-by-mail ballots had been returned as of Wednesday, Sept. 8. According to the Secretary of State's most recent update, Democrats make up a plurality of the roughly 2.4 million registered voters in both counties, and the Inland Empire has become more blue since 2010 as its population becomes more diverse and white. College-educated voters turn away from the GOP. But Republicans can still win in the region, where Democrats tend to be more blue-collar and socially conservative than Democrats in coastal counties. Republican Rasiliki Ochoa won a competitive race for an inland state Senate seat in 2020, and Riverside County is home to outspoken conservatives such as Sheriff Chad Bianco and State Sen. Melissa Melendez, R. Lake Elsinore, recall candidates, on the other hand, have tried to put Newsom on trial, making the case that a drastic change is needed to fix the governor's failed leadership when it comes to jobs, crime, homelessness and other issues. Godwin said statewide polling shows remarkable consistency in opposition to the recall. What has changed, though, is more discontent with the recall process itself and thinking that conditions will get worse if the recall is approved. Those shifts suggest that Democratic Party ads linking the recall to a less active approach to the pandemic are being effective, Godwin added. The large number of Republican replacement candidates may also be backfiring. With Election Day around the corner, local pro- and anti-recall activists are busy reaching out to inland voters.